Welcome to our Devos. We're going to conclude this week about our living hope as we put a cap on Resurrection Week, as we've celebrated the Easter Sunday time and the resurrection of Christ. Now, I want to focus again on the importance of understanding just how unbelievable, how perfect, how miraculous the resurrection is and what it does for us, not just as we celebrate on Resurrection Sunday, but every single day that we wake up knowing the Lord and understanding what He has done. We have the ability to realize that our living hope is powered by resurrection strength. One of the biggest, I'm trying to think of how to phrase this, probably one of the biggest contradiction in terms with regard to our faith is, as Christians, we tend to think that we are going to become more faithful as we make ourselves stronger. It's a byproduct of living in the culture that we're living in. The more I do, the harder I work, the more I try, the greater things that I accomplish, then inevitably I become stronger. I become more resilient. I become more versatile. Whatever your desires are, if you just work at it a little bit harder and you become a little bit stronger, then you usually get those desires. But with regard to faith, this is a bit of a backwards thing. You see, here's the interesting thing. The more needy and the more dependent we are with regard to our faith, the more down we become with regard to our soul, recognizing that, oh man, I'm in trouble here, or I'm having struggles here, or I know that I have these issues going on over here, and I don't know how to get ahead of this. The more we get real about those things, the more opportunity there is for the strength of Christ to come through us. It's not about you becoming stronger as a Christian. It's about you learning how to depend on Christ's strength. And that strength is resurrection strength, resurrection power. Our hope isn't based on what we can do. Our hope is based on what He has done and what He is doing. Our hope is based on what He has been able to overcome in overcoming death. That's where we get the confidence that we have, not in ourselves, but in what Jesus has done. Let's take a look at Ephesians chapter 1, verse 19 through 20. And what is the immeasurable greatness of His power toward us who believe, according to the working of His great might that He worked in Christ when He raised Him from the dead. Paul talks about this immeasurable power that's been given as a gift to us, that we can have our hope anchored to that power and not our own power. Paul will later say that our strength is only perfected in our weakness. His strength, I should say, His strength is perfected in our weakness. So this is amazing. If you're feeling powerless, if you're feeling helpless, if you're feeling overwhelmed, well, good, you're in the right place. Because resurrection power shines brightest in the darkest story. Resurrection strength seems to move the strongest in an area where you feel the weakest. This is when you start to see the reality of your faith. This is when you start to believe that beyond your situation, there is something that God is able to do, and to do immeasurably more than what you hope or think. That is resurrection strength. It's only reserved to those who believe in the resurrection. It's only reserved to those who depend on Christ for His power and not our own power.